Retro Army, Retro Maniacs. What's happening, guys? You know who it is. I'm gonna head back to the Cowie Diecast Museum because I want to give you guys a health update, and then we're gonna do a little unboxing. The unboxing's more just to touch base with you guys and give you guys a health update. We've got a couple big videos coming though soon. We've got a tour of a very big diecast collection that is set up awesomely, that I'm gonna try, like it's set up like a museum. I'm gonna try to get it Saturday morning if everything goes well with this guy's schedule. I'm not naming him yet. I'm gonna see if he wants to be named. And also, don't forget, we got our London trip to go get our Grail, and we're gonna do a lot of hunting along the way. But right now, let's get home, and we won't break any speed limits or do anything stupid. And I think we're gonna get this video done before I have a shower and eat and stuff like that, because Glenn could be home from work anytime, and when he gets home from work, he goes straight for bed, and then we're shit out of luck. But now that I'm feeling better, I spilled the beans out of the bag early. Now that I'm feeling better, we're gonna start. I think I might make a spot in the basement to do my unboxing videos. That way, when he comes home, if he's tired, it won't interfere with our schedule, because sometimes it's tough. So I'm gonna look into doing that this weekend as well. But anyway, guys, let's get into her. Let's get back. I'm gonna put you guys in the time machine. You're probably too scared to drive in the Mazda, so I'll put you in the DeLorean instead. Okay, guys, it's been a while since I took you for a cruise in the Silver Bullet, so while we're on the way home, I will give you guys a health update. So judging by the way I feel now, so I'm waiting for a very expensive drug to come in. They have to get approval for it through my insurance. They said it's going to take maybe 3, 4 to 5 days, and the problem is I felt like crap. I was having mental impairment big time, couldn't remember anything, no energy, and I started bleeding into my kneecap, and I started bleeding internally, because when I was having a number 2, I was noticing that, so it was a medical emergency. So while I'm waiting for this other drug, they are giving me a very, very, very high dose of steroid right now. And it's not the one that made me super sick last time. Prednisone made me super sick last time. This is called something else. I can't remember what it is, but so far so good. As long as I eat it on a full stomach with breakfast. The first day I ate it with breakfast, 2 bagels I had instead of my regular one, and it worked perfect. Today I tried it with just 1, and I had a bit of stomach gurgles a couple hours later, so I think I gotta go back to 2 bagels in the morning. But I know that I was very, very sick. Even my right knee, that I thought a lot of the time was the compensation injury, I was told by my hematologist a long time ago, if I'm getting joint pain, that it could be internal hemorrhaging, like I'm bleeding into my knee joint. Definitely that's what was happening. The last few days, my right knee was super sore. The first day of the steroid, it cleared it up. I have to take 10 of these in the morning, guys, for 4 days in a row. 10 of these steroid pills for 4 days in a row. So you know it's a high dose if you're only taking them 4 days at 10 at a time. But let me tell you, the first day I had a buzz. I think part of it was from feeling so good from not being sick anymore, because I didn't even realize how sick I was. And the scary part was, the last couple days I started getting headaches, and I don't usually get headaches. So it makes me wonder. I think I was so sick that, thank God, I did not try to reschedule that appointment, because knowing me, I would have rescheduled it and not cared. Oh, 13 years I've been fine, I'm still healthy. Because don't forget, guys, when I went off of work, I went off my ADHD medication when I got my ankle operated on. So for a very long time, I didn't know how I felt normal, to be normal on all my medications and all that. So I thought when I got back on my medications and back to work, that was normal. But I was saying to all my buddies at work, it's like I lost some of my steam. And they were still telling me I was a great worker and stuff. And I said, yeah, but I'm not the animal. Like, you guys used to call me beast, animal. Like, I'm getting my work done, but it's like an average guy, you know what I mean? And I just knew something was wrong. And lately, my memory has been terrible. And, like really bad, terrible, and I was even making mistakes driving my car, and I was wondering, like I said, if I had concussion damage from when I was younger, like wondering if it was catching up to me type thing. And thank God that's not it, because after 2 days of steroid and everything the doctor told me and everything I read, yeah, they know a lot more now. The funny thing is, the first time around, when I was asking about all this in 2010, there was no definitive link that it was making me tired. Like the doctor said, there's no, but now they know. And the mental impairment, I cannot believe, guys. Like I said, I had begun reaching out to friends like Dave, for example. Dave, I'm feeling weird, you know what I mean? Like, but at the time, I was thinking it was because I'm getting older and starting to slow down. But that's not it at all. And thank God it's not it. But yeah, even the knee pain today and yesterday gone. And guess what else I'm experiencing, guys? Day 2 of this treatment. I noticed today when I went into work, all the bright lights and everything, my eye vision is better. I don't have to sit on top of my phone to see a text message or anything. I was holding it right back from my face. Like, I'm looking at my phone now, it's on my dashboard recording, and I can see the little numbers turning. 528, 529, 530, 531. I couldn't read that before. Like, I was very, very, very sick. You could probably hear it in my voice. I feel so much more energetic. I'm not limping everywhere, and I just feel it's a more full feeling. I don't know if that makes any sense to you guys. And I don't feel weak. I was pushing around the beef carts, like the bigs, like some of them are a few 100 kilograms and they're on wheels. And when I was big, like 240, 230, before I lost all the weight from this, I used to shove those around like nothing. And I noticed since I came back after surgery, I was really struggling to move that heavy stuff around. And I just thought it's because I lost a lot of weight. I thought obviously with the weight, because I lost a lot of my muscle mass, you could see by my pictures. I thought that it was just having to do with that, but it's because I was in a very weakened state. Very weakened state. Like the other day when I called for the doctor, I couldn't even form a sentence. Like the secretary was trying to get out of me why I was trying to call. And I couldn't even explain it. Like I just said, can you please have him call me back? And when he called me back, that's when I started pleading with him, like there's something going on with my brain. And then that's when he said, don't worry, this goes with it. When we get your blood platelets up, you'll be fine. It's not temporary. He said it's temporary if I have a brain hemorrhage, but he said it's nothing. I haven't had that. He was asking me about my headaches and stuff like that and blurred vision. But the blurred vision was over a long period. Like that's how, like I can't believe I'm driving right now and I see so much better just driving down the road. I think if I would have put this off, guys, they would have found me dead in my bed. Honest to God. I think I came that close this time. Wow. you know what the sad part is, guys? If I was found dead in my bed, take a wild guess what the first suspicion would be that I died of. Take a wild guess. Now, I can understand, though, in this day and age, because when I hear people that I hung around with my age when they pass, it's usually the first thing I think about now. So I would understand that with my history. But that would suck. But it would still come out, he died of brain hemorrhage or whatever, but they wouldn't know. Like, everybody would be like, he seemed like he was so healthy again. Although, thinking about it now, I don't look healthy. But you know what? The last couple of days, I noticed my skin looks better. My cheeks look fuller. And one thing I noticed for sure is my legs are clearing up fast. Like, even just in the second treatment today, I was looking and my legs that were, yeah, they're clearing up. So, just a little update, guys, and we'll talk more about it once we get into the Cowie Diecast Museum. I lied, guys. I was completely starving, so I had to walk in. I made myself a bagel and a little snack. That's the one thing about these things I'm on. Man, am I eating like a horse. Wow. But it's good because I'm hammering on the carbs now. Now, these are not an anabolic steroid like you see the WWF guys on, so they don't bulk up mass. But they help with energy, big time. And they also help with, obviously, appetite. So yeah, I would take full advantage if he kept giving me these if they weren't making me sick. I would be hitting the gym with them for the energy and for just bulking the bulk on with the carbohydrates and stuff. Option. But yeah, I'm already, like, my face even looks different. Like, I've been looking in the mirror, don't mind, I didn't take a shower yet, but I've been looking in the mirror and just noticing lately, I just look gaunt. Like, I looked older, and that look is going away or gone. And my leg that I was just digging at is almost all better. But anyway, I got actually a decent video. Now, this is a double banger Maisto unboxing. So we're going to do a double banger today. Get two of them de-strapped. Two of Glenn's cars de-strapped. I was originally going to do one car. Now, the thing about this channel, guys, we do everything from cars that are $1,500 all the way down to old $20 cars from the late 90s. Or Maistos, 23 bucks. Most of the cars we do are high-end. We've done more, way more high-end than we have lower-end cars. But Maisto is coming up the ladder, and I was going to do one, because it looked kind of cool, all murdered out. And I don't know much about it. It was well, I'll show you. I was going to do this here, because I like muscle cars myself, but I try to do stuff that everybody will like, okay? I know that there's people out there that like stuff that I don't like and vice versa, so I try to switch it up. I was going to do this, but I seen a couple that I thought were a lot cooler. Well, I see more than a couple. He's got some nice, cool Maistos, but I think I made the right choice for a double unboxing. Yeah, that's got a strap, so we got to do it. 79 Ford F-150. There's a truck body, if you're even watching. And this guy here is pretty popular, actually, the SVT Cobra. I've seen it selling, or at least listed for insane prices. I'm not sure why. It's a Maisto, but we'll see if it warrants the money anyway. Double unboxing, guys, and yeah, I know I might get a few, oh, another Maisto, but you know what? I try to do every brand. Like, I try to do, and like I said, if you go through my videos, there's probably a couple hundred unboxings by now, and most of them are not Maistos. They're higher end stuff. They're at least turtles or green lights, but some of them are very high end cars. So I've got to do a little bit of everything. I've had compliments by people that say they love how I do cheap cars and expensive cars, because some people can't afford really expensive cars, so they want to see what they're buying first. So, and you guys know it, I'll say it again. I ain't rich. And there we go, one last look up here. Now, of course, we're gonna get them out, get a way better look under better lighting conditions in front of the tripod and back up here on the look-see set with lights and with batteries and our lights. So I've already turned on our set light, our patented set light. If you guys don't mind getting the rest of this set up here while I run out for a quick cheat, it's much warranted after the day of work I had today. So I'll just go have a quick cheat. I'll be right back, and I'll go over with you guys why we have the cars that set the bar. By the way, that's after working a 4 a.m. shift, being up from 2 a.m., barely getting any sleep yesterday because this check wound me right up yesterday. I feel myself today, but yesterday I was wound up, got about 3 hours sleep, 3.5 hours sleep. And I'm still putting my words together pretty good, aren't I? There you go. So I told Dave and Diane this. Now, Diane, she saved my life on more than one occasion, and I believe if she was here, she'd have caught this by now. In fact, it was her that was prompting me to go get looked at. She could notice over the phone, I think, that there was something different about me. But the thing was, I'll explain to you guys quickly why I didn't know I had something wrong with me until it was almost too late. I'm convinced if I rebooked this appointment and it went another 2 months, I'm dead. What happened was, when I was off work with the broken ankle, I came off my Adderall, which is my ADHD meds, because if I'm in a cast and can't drive my car, which was a standard, Diane's car was an automatic, so when I was well enough to get up and about, she was cool letting me drop her off at work and take her car, and I'd go do toy hunting. I was starting to get back in shape. But I was homebound for a very long time, okay? And being off my ADHD medication transforms me. Not only does it make me a lot dumber person, I cannot pay my bills properly, I cannot, I have severe ADHD, okay? I get the disability tax credit for it, that's how severe I have it. I could probably get disability if I wanted to, but I don't want to, I'm a working man. But I've got it severe. So, being off it for so long, I got so dumbfounded, I got used to it. So even being back to work, it took me a month or two before I dragged my ass to get back on my meds. And then I went from not taking them back on my 20 milligram pills that I've been taking for 10 or 15 years now. And they wired me right up, I could not sleep at all. Okay, and it doesn't usually do that to me. It makes me feel normal and I sleep normal, okay? But because it was out of my system, it wired me up. So I had to go back to the doctor, say, look, I don't want to be wired. Give me 10 milligrams. So they did that. So I took the 10s, got used to it, got back on the 20s. The 20s made me feel a little bit more normal, but I still didn't feel right. And I was starting to tell friends and coworkers about it. I just don't have the steam I had before. With a broken ankle, broken in 2 spots with a collapsed foot arch, I would kick my butt. If you put me after surgery all healed up against me with a broken ankle, I would kill me. So there's something not right there. You know what I mean? Making mistakes at work that I wouldn't normally make. Coworkers were noticing, and a couple of them pulled me aside and said, is everything okay? You feel okay? And I didn't feel sick. The legs, I honestly thought was because I moved in here, it's got a fireplace, a gas fireplace. We were in the winter time, it was on. I thought I was drying my skin out, but it is healing beautifully. I wish you could see that better than you can, but after a day, it's healing beautifully. But that was called petechial hemorrhaging. So I was hemorrhaging in my legs. And my knee was killing me. Like normally it's just stiff. And I thought it was compensation injury. The last 3 days, it was killing me, okay? And it's because I was hemorrhaging into my knee joint. The doctor actually told me, this is how out of it makes you, okay? So I seen him. He does my blood work, calls me 2 hours later. He's right on the ball, okay? Calls me right away, same day, 2 hours later. Neil, we have a big problem with your blood work, blah, blah, blah. You know, tells me about this drug after I told him all the other treatments that he just named didn't work, and that's why they took my spleen out. Because don't forget, my original guy that saved my life, Dr. Powers, retired. But this new guy is very competent on the ball, okay? He calls me back within 5 minutes. If I call, I have a direct line. Like, I don't got to go through switchboards and all that. So the other day, or actually over a week ago, when I got re-diagnosed, told that it wasn't in remission, as they called it, he said to me, this is a very expensive drug. I want you to find out, this is the name of it. I want you to find out if your insurance covers it. Call me back by Friday. Let me know. I said, oh, I can do you better than that. I'll call you back tomorrow. It's on my app, on my phone. I just got to log into my app that's on my phone, Sun Life, and I'll know in minutes. Hang up my phone, it's out of my mind. 3 days later, I end up looking up the drug. Like the guy just told me I'm deathly sick. You know what I mean? So it took me 3 days to have the brain power to look up this medication to get my blood back up. And then it took me till Monday to call him. And by the time I called him Monday, the secretary or whoever takes his messages, because it wasn't the regular number he gave me to call. This was like a direct number. It might have even been his wife, but she was asking me questions like what the message was. She was friendly and all that. And I could not put it together. Like I was having a hard time formulating what I wanted to say. And I finally just said, is there any way you could just have him call me? Because I'm having problems. And he did. He called back in 5 minutes. And I was still so out of it that I forgot to tell him that not to sound gross, but when I had a number 2, there was blood. So that concerned me as well, but because he was asking about that before, but I forgot to tell him that on the phone. That's how out of it makes your brain, guys. Like, I cannot believe this. I don't remember being like this in 2010, but my friend Frank said it's because you were a huge drug addict. Like, you didn't have trouble with energy. You were on cocaine all the time back then. Like, you weren't the same guy. You're feeling it now. Like, you're not taking something. Like, I was taking something to wake up, taking something to friggin' go to bed. Like, I was uppers, downers, all arounders, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I wouldn't feel anything. I was sneaking out of the hospital to go party. Like, I'd have my friend Will, who's a viewer. He can actually comment in the comments and verify this. He would pull up to the doors of St. Joe's Hospital, and I would come out in my hospital gown, middle of the night, the sliding door open on the van. I'd jump in with my whole IV pole, and I'd go back to my loft apartment and party with a bunch of people, drink, everything like that, do drugs. By the time the sun was coming up, I would be back in my hospital room, and they wouldn't know. But a couple times they were asking me where I was, but they started getting the idea that I was just a wanderer. I would go wandering. I remember when I had my surgery, because I was on morphine and I didn't have any opiate experience at the time, I had friends come up to visit me as soon as they were allowed. And I remember the hospital side was up on the bed. They had the side up so I didn't roll out, I guess. And I was so feeling good, doped up, that I tried to get the side of it down and I couldn't. So I just climbed over it. Like, I hopped it, started walking down the hall. And my friends, Kristen and Giselle, or Sandy rather, were looking at me like, how are you up walking around? I felt fine. I wasn't in any pain at all. And that's what started getting me liking this morphine. Because even the nurse came over and said, how did you get out of your bed? I said, I climbed out of it. She was the railing still up. I said, yeah, I just climbed over it. She's like, yeah, don't do that again. But yeah, anyway, the first time around, I did not experience this mental impairment that the doctor confirmed. But yeah, he could tell by the way I was talking even. And you guys, it probably even showed up in videos. Like just, I was more burnt out than usual. Like, I know now even like, this is right after a shift. Normally I would have to get home, shower, take a nap, or it would take everything out of me to get the video done. Like I was puttering around doing stuff here and having to stop myself to get in the video. Sorry guys, I'm just excited to be feeling better, that's all. But here's what we're getting into. And you know what? We don't got the light yet, but we will when it counts, when we're gonna get it out. So we're getting into the 2003 Ford SVT Cobra. Pretty exciting because you know me guys, I usually like Fox bodies and I like Eleanor and Bullet. So this is a newer one and it's a good looking one. So I'm excited about it. I've been eyeing that up for a while actually. And we also have this guy, one that's very popular, did not come here to Canada, I believe this one they got over at Sam's. Actually, you know what? Correction. Some Costco's got this truck. I don't know if it was in blue or whatever, but they got the same truck, same wheels, all that. But different Costco's in different cities got different cars. So we all didn't get the same cars. So give me a second, guys. I'll suit up with my gloves, get the knife here, and get some batteries in the light here. So guys, before I get into it, I still have not found our little mic patch cord yet. So we do not have a mic, I apologize. If I don't find that patch cord soon, I'm gonna order another tripod just like the one that we're using now. The reason I don't go buy another patch cord is because they're either $29.99 or $39.99 at Walmart for a little cord this long. It's the iPhone Lightning into, I believe it's auxiliary, you know, the metal like a headphone jack. Yeah, auxiliary. That's what it is. I get the whole setup for 12 bucks with the little cord, or I pay like, you know, 40 bucks for the cord. I don't think so. And we're doing the Mustang first. And the cool thing with these boxes, guys, they're kind of made to open. So you don't usually need a knife. Sometimes you can get them. See, there's a trick to this. Look at this. Never been cracked, okay? Just give it a little squeeze right here. Not sure if you could see it, but it gives you just enough to grab it. And you know what? Before I get into that, I'm gonna put some gloves on my grubby hands. I grabbed gloves. Where did I put them? Okay, give me a sec, guys. Sorry. So yeah, I cannot describe the feeling. Now, I know a lot of you guys are gonna say part of the feeling is the steroids. I know what these things feel like because I've taken them before. That was yesterday. Yesterday I had an over-the-top, woo, you know what I mean? But today I've got more energy and I don't feel wired. Like I can go to bed right after this video. In fact, I'm gonna eat and go to shower and go to bed. I'm gonna try to ignore my phone and get some rest because tomorrow I'm gonna have a heavy day at work, I know that. And while I'm on this treatment, you never know what it's gonna bring. Like I said, today, my stomach was gurgly, whereas day one, it was fine. So you never know. But although I only had one bagel with 10 pills today, so I'm gonna have 2 again tomorrow. Since day one, I was fine. But yeah, hopefully by the time this mega dose of these steroids that I have to take 10 pills a day with breakfast, by the time they run out, the coverage will be through because they have to get approval through my insurance company. Basically, my insurance company is going to cover it. It even says the price of it. That's how I know it's $1,600 and some per prescription, it says. but they want a letter filled out from my doctor, basically that he's not going to waste an expensive drug. You know what I mean? Like, they're just basically making sure I need it. It's a drug for leukemia. Like, if you looked it up, you'd think I have leukemia, but I don't. I have something that's kind of, I guess, maybe similar, because leukemia screws with your blood. Isn't leukemia like a blood cancer? All I know is what they used to tell me years ago when I was too doped out to realize I was so sick. But when your blood gets sick, you get sick. And boy, does it attack more than you think. Like I said, I'm ashamed as a man when I was at work because it felt like it chopped my balls off. You know what I mean? I just couldn't do what I used to be able to do. I couldn't. And it was bothering me mentally. Still getting everything done, like way better than, you know what I mean, the average cat, but I wasn't smashing it, you know what I mean? Like if I had a huge pull sheet, I didn't have all my cheese and stuff racked the first night like I normally would. It would take me 2 nights now. So we'll get this guy right off the base. We won't even screw around because we do want to get this done because A, we don't want Glenn to walk in and say, go to bed, because he's tired. I don't blame him. And B, I want to get this up for you guys earlier. I don't want you guys to wait till too late because I'm on early shift. So when I'm on night shifts and I got to start filming a video at 10 o'clock at night, it's a little bit different. You guys got to wait till 2, but no reason for that now. So as soon as I'm done this, I'm getting her uploaded. And like I said, guys, the Maistos, I try to do something different, whether it's a high-end car or a budget car, and a lot of people like to see the budget cars. So I'm sorry if you don't like Maistos, but at least I do a good variety of them. I do Mopars, Fords. In fact, I'm going to be ordering very soon a Salido that Darth Vader Porsche. It's an RWB Porsche that's murdered out. It's just all blacked out. It's beautiful. Oh, I like this. It's got the working suspension like our Charger did. Yeah, I have a feeling this is going to be good. Now, Maistos, I don't grade them with the regular cars, guys, because it's not right. You know what I mean? I wouldn't throw this in with a friggin' auto art and say head to head. Okay. But for budget cars, I always say Maisto. I go for Maisto. The only thing I say about Maisto, guys, the idea about Maisto is getting bang for your buck value, okay? It's a car that the trunk opens, the hood opens, the details are pretty good. But the idea is value for the buck. These are not $80 cars. They're not $100 cars. So don't pay that. When I say bang for the buck, over here in Canada, these went up a little bit. A couple years ago, they were $19.99 in the store. This year, they were $23.99. Still well worth the money. But yeah, don't go paying a ridiculous price because then it just kills the point of it, right? Like if you get it from the store, it's like you're getting a $50 or $60 model for $23.99, which is a heck of a value. But if you start buying it, like it's okay to buy it on the secondary market and pay markup because some of them are hard to get, or maybe you don't have a Costco anywhere near you. You know what I mean? But just don't pay a ridiculous markup. And I'm going to leave that closed until we look around. Okay, so start with the bottom of this guy. And don't forget, this is a double banger, guys. So we got a whole other, we got that nice truck. And I've never seen one of those trucks out of the box, by the way. So I'm pretty excited. Might be one I might like to add to my collection down the road, because I know I was checking it out. So the bottoms of the Maistos are decently detailed, but it's not, like I said, an auto art or anything. But it does have the working suspension, so it's not going to look identical to a car because they have the working component to it. And when I say it works well. Really well. I love the look of the wheels on it, the SVT rims. Okay, so we'll start with the trunk here, actually. Trunk, run-of-the-mill trunk, no spare tire. It might be stowed away underneath the floor thing there. I don't know how they did it back in the day. And we are going to get better shots up on the look-see set, guys. Be much more light up there. This is just giving it the go-around down here. But you know we give it the double go-around here on the Retro Collectibles KRAK. Live right now at the Cowie Diecast Museum. Right now. Now I know this is not a, well, to me it's close to a Fox body, but I would still drive it. I think is this still classed a Fox body? I wouldn't think it is. It's close, but I could be wrong. Don't crucify me if I'm wrong. I'm not an expert. But I would still drive it, is my point. Okay, we're going to save under the hood for last. But it is well detailed. It does look like a 5-speed, which is awesome. And I've ridden in cars just like this, and it looks like what I remember. I like how they did the two-tone seats. Now, I think they could have put a little bit, actually it's power windows, so that's not bad at all. I was going to say they could have put a little bit of chrome detail on the door. I was just going to say Maisto sometimes misses that, but that's nothing that a chrome paint pen won't fix in a steady hand. They do put the little speedometer gauges, and they do set the pedals out on this car, which is good. They take the little extra steps. And I like the two-tone seats, like I said. Seats do have some movement in them. And they even go as far as to have the Cobra embroidery on the seats. One of the things I don't like, although this car did come in green molded as well, so it doesn't really, you can't really tell, but a lot of times it'll be supposed to be a chrome handle, but it's just molded. It's not a separate piece. But on this car itself, it looks okay because it's one of the more modern, you know what I mean, lift up handles. Yeah, everything looks good. I'd scoop it. I even don't mind the green on it, the green with the black rims. Yeah, I'd scoop it. I mean, green's not my favorite color, not this color green, but I like it. I like it. It's just not my favorite, you know what I mean? I think my favorite's black, to be honest. Black color, dark black on a car. I know it might be hard to keep clean, but actually, we'll throw this up on the turntable first and have a look, and then we'll get into the truck. So give me 1 second. I was gonna put the light on it at first, guys, but give you that nice glisten in the sun first. Look at that. That looks great. I've got to say it won me over. If you were wondering if you should get one of these, I think you should get it. You know, it's funny. We forgot the best part over there. But it's okay because we're up in the spot where we're going to get the best angle. You must remember what we forgot on this baby, right? By the way, don't mind the wheel chocks on that or the black mark on my face because I haven't showered yet, but really don't mind the wheel chocks because, yeah, the car was going to roll. I mean, I tested it before and it just rolls so nice. It glides so nice that I didn't trust it. So, wheel chocks. 4.6 liter V8. Good for 390 horsepower and 390 foot-pounds of torque. And there is an Eaton supercharger strapped to the top, just like what they put in the Cobra pickup trucks back in the day. Man, I would rock that. Just giving a real good look at that power plant since we missed it down there. Change the angle up. Now with these engines, guys, the Maistos, they're not like plumbed or wired or anything like that, like GMPs or Shelby Collectibles are really known for their engine bays. But for $23.99 Canadian, that's a lot of bang for your buck. Look how sweet that front end looks. They did good. And of course, on a budget brand, no paint rash on that one. I never see paint rash on the budget brands, really. Why is that? Maistos, I don't think I've seen paint rash yet that I remember, that I recall anyway. Just a quick look. That thing is so sweet, guys. See, that's what I'm talking about, guys, with those different lighting conditions. Look, you could even see the buttons on the stereo. They do good with that. That looks like it did back in the day. That looks better than some of the more expensive ones. I'm a big fan of the wheel and color of it. And the green on the Mustang, like using the black on the green. Very nice. That's gorgeous, guys. I definitely recommend one if you're wondering about it but wouldn't pull the trigger. Here you go. We just took one for the team, so you don't gotta wonder anymore. Look how sexy that rear end is. Fully badged. Nothing really to see in the trunk, but it opens. A lot of the higher end ones don't open, like Ertl. I love you, Ertl. Well, as much as we'd love to admire her all day in the glorious sun, we've got a truck to unbox. I'm looking forward to this because this is one of those ones that I've never seen out of the box, because people, when I see them on Marketplace, people want like 60, 70, 80, and I just won't. So, and Glenn better not either. So I hope you guys enjoy this double banger today, because Neil feels like he's been away for a long time and now he's back. And that's why we're doing two. And like I said, we got good stuff coming up. This weekend alone, London road trip. Having a barbecue here at some point at the house. Possibly Saturday before noon, I have that big tour of my friend's diecast collection, and it looks like a museum, guys. He told me a while ago I could do it. We've just been waiting to kind of link up with each other on the right schedule. But I just asked him, I said, you know what's been going on with me lately, buddy? I've been skimping on the videos, because you guys remember at one point I was doing an unboxing like every 2 days. But then it dropped off, and that was probably along with this, and I apologize. Even the lives that we're gonna be doing some Saturdays. I felt bad because I told you that one Saturday we were going to do it, and I didn't. But thankfully, this last Saturday, I told you guys it wasn't a definite because Glenn might have to work, and he did. And I love this, guys. Oh, at first glance, I love it. And let me guess, working suspension too. Wow, guys. Yeah, if you're a truck guy, oh, you know what? I'm not going to say anything yet, but obviously the tailgate opens because it's got stuff holding the tailgate shut. Wow. Hate to say it, green light. This tailgate opens better and lays flatter than it does on the Fall Guy truck. I hate to say it. That's one of the only bad things I don't like about the Fall Guy truck. At least my tailgate, it doesn't lay flat like that. And it feels like if you do lay it flat, you're going to bust your bumper. So I'm excited about this now. Let's get this off the base. Only two holding it on as well. Maisto, pretty simple. I'm excited to see this one. But yeah, usually this is one of the ones, guys, people sell for a premium. They don't sell it cheap if you see them for sale. And yeah, like I said, the problem is some of them don't go to all Costco's. Some of them don't go to Costco's at all. Some of them you got to get them from Sam's Club. If it's a certain color or something. Because a lot of the stores, they'll get the same type of cars, but in different colors and stuff. Like some are exclusive colors to only Sam's or to only Costco, I believe. So sometimes if you really want the one you want, you got to pay for it because one of these places you're not close by it or something, and that's unfortunate. Okay, so always with these from the bottom, guys, if you can, with the straps, if you have to do any cutting. But sometimes they have these right here. It's like a pull tab. And sometimes you can get it just by going like that, and I got it. You just got to be gentle. It doesn't scuff anything. That looks heavy duty, guys, right here. I'm going to show you when I get the plastic off. But it just looks well put together, the front steering and the suspension thing. Yeah, it looks great so far, guys. And that was holding the hood down. This looks great. Now, I remember riding in this truck as a kid. And I'll tell you, well, not this exact truck, but I remember my parents had a friend named Bonnie that drove one. And I remember being a little boy driving it. It had primer all over it, but I remember driving in it. Oh, the doors are open beautifully, guys. They just snap. Hear that? Yeah, this is nice. Okay, now this is one of the ones that I'd be getting my chrome when I order it. Now I'll remember to order it now that my brain's working good. I'm going to order one of those chrome paint pens that I seen on AliExpress, guys, because they actually work. I've seen the review pictures of people doing stuff just like this, and it works. You just need a steady hand, but get one of those chrome paint pens and you could do like the, for example, the window crank. Easy upgrade. You just need a steady hand. And I would use, like I said, a chrome paint pen, but one that you look at the reviews or whatever, and it's actually chrome and doesn't look silver. Because some look silver. And yeah, that's the only thing that looks like it could use a brightening up. The interior, it's got all the right shapes. But it's all black. I don't even think it's got... No, what a shame. They hit it out of the park with everything else. The only thing, like if I were grading these, which I'm not, this is the only part this truck would get a bad part on, is I think that they should have spiced up the inside a little bit. You're going to see it better on the look-see set, guys, and see what I'm talking about. But when you come this far, you don't drop the ball like that, you know? Like just a couple little accents. And you know what? I'm not going to forget the main thing this time. So it's got the mirrors on both sides, not just the driver mirror. Ford F-150 Ranger. Ford effing Ranger. Scale 120. Oh, this is scaled down a bit. You know what, guys? I was actually wondering about that. So this isn't 1 of 18 scale. This is 1 of 20 scale, even though it's marketed as 1 of 18 scale on the box. Interesting. So this is a true 1 of 20 scale. It's not 1 of 18 scale. Now, do I mind that necessarily? No. I'll give you an example of it. My Ghostbusters car, my Ecto 1 by Ertl. This is one scenario I'm glad I got the Ertl because they scaled it down. It's 1 of 21 scale, just a little bit scaled down. It fits inside the burpee cabinet, whereas the true 1 of 18 Hot Wheels Elite Ecto does not fit in it. Now you're getting obviously better details out of the Hot Wheels Elite one, but I'm happy that the one that I have fits in the thing. So I'm like, okay, I'm okay to not upgrade that. I'm okay with my Ertl one. It came with Slimer. But it's not going to stop me. Don't get me wrong, guys. If I see a Ghostbusters Ecto 1 Hot Wheels Elite for $100, which I wouldn't be surprised, I'll upgrade. Sell off the one I got. It's got the box and everything. You know how I do it. Oh, we got to check out. And under the hood looks okay, guys, but it's another spot where I would get going with some paints. I think some chrome accents inside and a couple touch-ups under here. Like, for example, and I'm talking easy stuff, guys. Like the battery terminals, paint them silver, just tick, tick. You know what I mean? You don't got to be an expert. Trust me, I'm not a good painter myself, guys. I'm just talking about easy stuff that you won't screw your model up. Battery terminals, no way to do that. But we're going to put this up where we could get better look at it up on the look-see set. Ooh, this thing's nice. Now, don't mind the chalked wheels, guys. This one I had to chalk the wheels. And it's actually using a little bit of its suspension. You'll see. She's pretty, guys. That is a Maisto. People ask me all the time, are Maistos any good? $23.99 Canadian, you tell me. The key is you just don't overpay for them. Don't go on eBay, start getting them for $100. Don't go on Marketplace or Kijiji paying people that are just... It's okay to pay some markup because people go into the States for this stuff, right? They got to bring it in from another country. But you just don't pay $100 for a $25 item. Come on. Maybe that's why I got sick. Something between local scalpers and Ali G to take me out, so they've been poisoning me. So I snapped the door open, guys, before I was filming, so I could use both hands. Because I might have pulled the truck off, because there's not much space, and that's 1 of 21 scale. I'm using a wheel chalk on both each corner here. 2 corners. She is gorgeous though, guys. The paint and the light, look at that. That is better paint than some, well, you know what I'm gonna say. In fact, I'm getting glamour shots of this in a sec. In the sun. The only thing I think needs sprucing up is under the hood here, like the points on the distributor cap. Battery terminals, maybe just easy stuff, like easy stuff that you're not going to wreck your model. Like I said, I'm not an expert painter, but I do stuff like that. And one thing that I didn't dig about this, I love the rest of it. Now, if I walk into Sam's Club, which I believe this is from, or Costco, maybe it's in a different color, maybe not. But if I walk in and see this for store price and I don't have it, I'm buying it. How do you not? The paint is beautiful. And it's got little things that I would turn into a project, like the little paint touch-ups I told you about. I enjoy doing stuff like that. It's relaxing. Even show you guys from the back. I love the way the dual exhaust looks sticking out. I love the tailgate. And like I said, I'm sorry, Greenlight, I love you, but this budget brand, the tailgate opens a little bit nicer, at least than on mine. I don't know if mine was just a different one, but I mean, mine opens and stuff, it just don't open like that. And real nice suspension on this. That's something Maistos have that most cars do not, guys. Every one that I've opened so far, working suspension. Nicely working suspension. That's going to be one of my glamour shots right there. Without the turntable in the back, of course. Like the Shelby Collectibles Eleanor or the Fall Guys truck, some cars take amazing photos and some don't. This one takes amazing photos. Well, check this out. Check that out, guys. You tell me, for 23 bucks, does that not take a nice picture? I'm surprised how nice a picture that takes. That takes an even better picture than the Mustang, I think. Wow. I'll be getting a couple pictures of those two together, though, for sure. Always get the glamour shots. Yeah, so that takes a pretty decent picture. Let's have a look at the two of them together in a video anyway. So what do you think, guys? Under 50 bones if you live in Canada and get them from the store. I love that Mustang. I love the way it sits and everything. Look at that. That's awesome. Under 50 bucks would bring both these guys home, Canadian. If you're in the US of A, even less. I think it's a pretty good bargain. So I don't grade, I'm not gonna grade these Maistos, guys, and I definitely don't put them in the ring with the higher end ones. I'm not gonna make a truck battle it out with a car. It's like apples and oranges. But I will say I'm pro Maisto, in case you're wondering. For 23 bucks, look at that. I remember years ago the headlights wouldn't even be filled in on some of the cars. Not Maisto, just budget brands, you know what I mean. But Maisto is, that looks great, guys. Yeah, I really like that. And the truck, you know I love the truck too. There's one negative about the truck though that I really don't like, and I'm glad I remembered it. So I told you it's 1 of 21 scale. Well, look at this. That is not cool. If it's 1 of 21 scale, put 1 of 21 scale in the box. Although I do see a little asterisk there. 1 of 18 refers to the approximate. Oh, they're playing that game. Does the other box, I wonder, have the little asterisk? One sec. Both boxes have that little asterisk. Now, the Mustang does look 1 of 18 scale. The truck did not look a full 1 of 18 when I started looking at it. The Mustang definitely does though, but the truck doesn't look that much smaller that I would complain. If it was 1 of 24 scale, I'd be pissed. I'd be like, I don't collect 1 of 24 scale. 1 of 21 I could live with. I don't think anymore though. Before I let you go, I'm on mornings this week. Usually I have good luck later in the week. But this week I started the week off with a bang. Check this out. Now, I got the latest set of Boulevards, cars number 91 to 95. That's how many are out, have been out so far, cars 91 to 95. I'll put them in order, show you guys. Now, these are very wildly popular, and they're wildly popular on the secondary market. I don't sell on the secondary market. If I sell stuff, I usually sell it for pretty much what I paid for it. I mean, my Facebook marketplace is public. You can see I don't make that up to look like a good guy. But yeah, so these are only at Walmart stores, and they're about $8 per car in the store. But they're Hot Wheels. They're very well done. Some sets that come out have 5 really hot cars. Some only have 1 hot car. They're different. They did a white Honda Civic hatchback last year that was pretty darn hot. That top one's probably one of the hotter ones of this wave. Blue Porsche, obviously that black one is. It's not the Skyline R34 and all that stuff, but it's Skyline nonetheless. And these come with, and the bottom one's a Corvair, so they usually have a wide variety, anything from JDM to muscle in these. They had a really nice gasser years ago I would love. But the good thing about these is they come with, if you don't collect Hot Wheels and you're only into the bigger ones, real riders. So if you see that little thing on the bottom, it says real riders. That's what they are. They try to make a little bit more realistic looking tire, and with that, they use rubber. So it's pretty cool. And if you're buying them, these, by the way, guys, are known as premium Hot Wheels. Because they come with, Usually a little bit more details, the headlights, tail lights, turn signals all filled in, all that, and the rubber tires. Just showing you them little look-see here. That's a popular one. And then again, anything Liberty Walk is pretty popular. Anything with Advan on it too is pretty popular. Looks like it says Mavda where I'm sitting, or Navda. And I know it's Advan, come on. I know it's not my head playing trick. Oh, and that's, I don't know if I mentioned it to you guys at work today. About a couple hours or an hour into my shift, marked improvement in my eyesight too. I was sick. I'm very lucky. Lucky I'm not, and you know what's weird? I was having thoughts about that. Imagine I just got my YouTube channel monetized and stuff and then kick the bucket. That would suck. No more retros. And screw the hat. I'm too tired to get up, get the hat. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Retro is back with some energy. This is after work and morning shifts, so you could tell I'm feeling better. This weekend, we're going to be doing the London trip as long as nothing crazy happens. Car blows up, we get a big blizzard, something like that. In talks to do a home museum tour, and this one's set right up to the gills. Looks like a museum. That's possibly Saturday morning before noon. I will be going to do that if it happens. So, and I don't care what I have planned. I've been waiting to do this for a long time. So if I have anything else, sorry, but I'm going to have to, because this, I've been waiting to do this. Yeah. So, yeah. And we're also going to be hunting and stuff on the way to and from London, me and Gleno. So that'll be fun as well. So hopefully got some good videos this weekend, guys. And you never know, I might have another one tomorrow for you guys since I'm feeling better. We'll be able to get the volume up again. The quantity. But then again, it's quality over quantity. That's how I collect my 118 movie cars. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please smash the like button for me. Please subscribe and share. And as always, guys, happy hunting.